So as you can see, moves on its own power now. This is your update. I did notice that even with the fan on, it got up to 218, which over 220 is like factory temp. I think it's 217 is when the fans kick on an RSX factory. So even with the fan kicking on early, it's going to need some bleeding in the coolant system. So for some reason, that Lyle funnel coolant bleeder thing does not fit, like the Honda one does not fit on that Skunk 2 radiator. So I gotta buy a Skunk 2 specific radiator cap so I can drill a fucking hole through the middle so I can put that Lyle thing on there, jack it up as high as I can, and just burp the living shit out of it. Because the front end, I mean, there's a lot of space for air and whatnot so that it can, you know, breathe and stuff. I haven't drove it down the road yet. I might, but with the coolant rising like that, it didn't rise fast. Let's make that, you know, a note in that, but it's just taking, it takes its time to get there, but I don't want to fuck anything up. I put way too much money in this to even try to chance it. So I'm gonna probably wash it, clean it up. There's a lot of dust on it, but it's done for now. I still need to connect that to that, so I'm using a Gatorade bottle for the time being. It's gangsta, but it works. And I still need to get my wastegate pipes done. I actually want my buddy to cut this like right here, rotate it all the way this way, and then just go a little bit up and then out and then up. And the same thing with the other one, because it's just facing my downpipe as of right now. But as of right now, this is how it is. It's dusty, it's dirty. 5 years in the making, lots of money, lots of time. It's my pride and joy when it comes to projects, because I put a lot of time into it, and it does what I want it to when I want it to, when it runs. But it does move on its own power. That's how I drove it out here. See if I can get the laptop back on. Was running a little bit earlier, so I gotta fix the TPMS because I gotta adjust it, because it's at 36% open and obviously it's not. And I gotta adjust my temp gauge. I'm not sure why my oil light's blinking. Mount that up with the new mount, put the glove box back. Now, the runs, like I said, might get some videos here soon of me driving it. I gotta go get it registered, get some insurance once I get some extra funds, you know, after paying bills and whatnot, responsibilities. Probably start driving this around here and there and work out the bugs, and then from there I'll probably will get it tuned. I'm not getting it tuned until all my issues are sorted out. I'm not going on the dyno to look like a dumbass if something happens. You know, I want to make sure everything's good before I do it. But there's your update. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the love and support. See you out. All right, so I went ahead and did a oil pressure test with my buddy Isaac, and we're just trying to check to see the oil pressures because the light was going on and off, on and off. It was just like lighting, it was blinking. Oil pressure is really good. It'll be up to like 80 psi cold start, and it'll stay at 60 and then go down to 40 while warm, and it just stays there. And it says on the manual that, on the Honda manual, that the lowest PSI, even at its warmest temp, is 10 PSI, which 40 PSI is really good. Even if it went down to 30 or 35, it wouldn't be a big deal. So that's, we eliminate that. So it's either the cluster has an issue with the conversion where the light's not flickering. Also, while it was unplugged the entire time, the light was off. But yesterday when I pulled it in, the light was off and it wasn't flashing on and off while I was recording. So I believe it's sensor related. Also, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little piece of silicone on it and on the inside, and could have been, you know, blown up into there, or could have been like that from the parts store. So I'm gonna take this off in a little bit, save it just to test anybody else's oil pressure later down the road. And I gotta get a radiator cap from a 90 through 91 Integra or 88 through 91 Civic, because there's two different cap styles. This is type A, and then the smaller ones are type B, which is normally what you see in an EG Civic, an EK, or an Integra. For some reason, Skunk 2, even on their EG radiators, they use a type A radiator cap. That's why my funnel for that loud bleeding thing never fit. So I'm gonna go to the parts store, pick up a type A size radiator cap, drill a hole through the middle, and then I can put my bleeder on it. I gotta bleed it because it's, you can see like coolant dots all around here and there. This clamp, I forgot to tighten it all the way down after doing some movement and stuff when I did the fan, and it started spitting some coolant out of there. Bottom hose is still cold, top hose is hot. And I fixed my fan. I forgot to plug all the other stuff in, the resistor and the two plugs that go to the body harness to give it power. So the fan is working on the dash now for the recirc, excuse me. And I got to bleed the air out of it. Fan kicks, works with the relay flawlessly. I'm very happy and content with that Spall fan. And it's just getting steps closer to going out and driving it around town and messing with the tune just a little bit, and then getting it actually dyno tuned. So that way I want to work all the bugs out before I get on the dyno, because the last thing you want is embarrassment on the dyno and the car like blows up or breaks something or something. You know, you just want to be 100%, even if it's just 90%. It's better than just taking it on a limb and finding everything out on the dyno, wasting somebody's time and money at a business. And you want to respect their time and their money, because you're not there to waste it and then try to get free work. And I'm not all about that shit. Fuck that. But that's the update on the oil pressure. Everything's good, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks for tuning in as always, and like, share, comment, and subscribe. In the comments to this video, how much is it gonna make on pump gas? We're not even gonna talk about E85 right now. How much you think this engine will make on pump gas as is? Leave it in the comments. Thanks. Later.